Support for Radio Friends comes from OsteoStrong. Improvements in bone density, strength, and power can be achieved by weekly 5-minute no-sweat sessions on their 4-Spectrum machines. These isometric robotic machines safely emulate high-impact loading on different parts of the skeletal system, which stimulates activity in bone-building cells. Balance and agility can be improved by 2-minute sessions on vibration plates. Every session is supervised by a trained coach. Learn more on Facebook or call to set up a complimentary wellness assessment and session.
Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Thursday, February the 10th. I've got my friend over here, Andy Grabau, or Andrew as he likes to be referred to, Andrew Grabau from the Heart of Missouri United Way. And you came in here with really good news today about your fundraising for the year.
Sure did. So we are so excited. You know, we came back in the fall on your program with Rocky Alden. Rocky and Mike were the campaign community chairs that helped us with this campaign. And we can officially announce that United Way surpassed our community campaign goal, raising close to $3.1 million. Our goal was $3 million. And so that is really exciting because it means our community really stepped up and helped.
Yeah. Now, just the fact that you surpassed your campaign goal,
yes.
What does that mean for all the programs?
So that's what's really exciting about this.
Would you be able to put a little extra in the pot for some of these programs?
And that's exactly what United Way has done. So United Way has increased our education grants by $250,000 per year for the next 3 years. So we are investing over $500,000 just in our education grants. That's on top of the $1 million for health and basic needs, for close to $300,000 for financial stability, and then our other investments as well. So those extra funds are allowing us to increase that investment in education. And that is so important right now when we think about our kids and we think about education and the pandemic and everything swirled together that has made this just a really challenging time.
Yeah. You know, I don't know if I've asked you this in the past, but just off the top of your head, how many people do you estimate that you have helped through the United Way program?
So we're in our 76th year in Central Missouri. On average, we know that United Way grants, so there's 46 grants this year, serve roughly a little more than 55,000 individual needs in our community. So we know
50 to 55,000 a year.
Correct. Yes. So if you did the math on that,
that's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah,
that's
a lot. I didn't realize that it was that high, that you were 50 to 55,000 people a year are being touched directly with United Way assistance.
That's right. And that's everything from, tutoring, from basic needs at a homeless shelter like Turning Point or Salvation Army, to getting financial support at Love Columbia. So, when we're talking about 46 grants in the areas of health, education, and financial stability, there are a lot of programs to assist our most vulnerable.
Right. How is it decided how much money goes to each organization?
Sure. So we're a volunteer-led organization. Just like how we use volunteers to help raise the funds, we use volunteers to make decisions on where to invest those funds. So our board of directors, we have 23 board members. They're all volunteers. We have an advisory council. This last year is made up of 11 individuals, and they review all of the grant proposals that are submitted. They come back to us and they say, here are the recommendations based off of the target areas that we as an organization want to support and advance. So they make these recommendations. Our volunteer board approves them. It really is a community-led process.
But it's got to be a difficult decision because there are so many people, so many organizations that need assistance. I can imagine it is very, very difficult to decide.
It is difficult, and there's never enough. And so just because we're celebrating reaching the milestone that we set for us in 2021, we still need additional funds to help reach those unmet needs. And so, we still need support to help cover the costs for our Read Across Columbia effort. We still need support to help advance our equity fund, which builds capacity in the nonprofit sector and addresses key issues in our community.
Go back to the Read Across Columbia. Tell me
Yeah.
about that.
So Read Across Columbia is a program that places books into the hands of first and second graders,
Which is so important.
because it ties right into those third grade reading scores, which are vital for setting our kids up to succeed in school. These books are recommended from a collaborative effort with with not only the University of Missouri, the College of Education, but Columbia Public Schools, Daniel, the regional library as well. And these books are intended to help advance in our schools that have the highest free and reduced lunch rates, which is a proxy for poverty, and our lowest third grade reading scores. And so we focus on those schools because we know if we can have books that have characters that the kids identify with, that have really uplifting stories, that our children can find a love for reading, which goes right to a love of learning. So Read Across Columbia is an outreach to help do that.
Yeah, well, that's beautiful. I don't remember if we were talking about this or not, but when you mentioned reading,
Yes.
children who were read to before they were even born,
Yes.
just parents reading, the baby has a different attitude as they're growing up.
Right. You're exactly right. So this isn't only about learning, too. Let me just tell you a really quick story. We were at Parkade Elementary School this fall and went into one of the classrooms to talk about the importance of reading. A young student asked one of the individuals that we were with what his favorite book was. And the person said, well, my favorite book is Moby Dick. And this kid's face lit up. He reached into his desk. He pulled out a copy of Moby Dick and said, it's my favorite book, too.
Wow.
And so right there, the connection that
Yeah.
reading created is going to take that child so much further. And so that's, it is about learning, definitely. But when you can connect to the individual and trigger that thing in their brain that gets them excited,
Exactly.
it does a lot.
All right. We've got less than a minute
Yeah.
left. Is there anything else that you wanted to mention?
Well, again, we want to thank the community for their continued support. But I do want to say this. Supporting United Way is incredibly important because of the volunteer-led efforts that we have in the community, too. But I also want to encourage your listeners to really support our schools and our kids. So United Way made special investments around mental health support for both teachers and students this year. Our teachers need support. And I ask that people really back our schools because this is the future. Our kids are our future.
They
and
are.
we all have to have a role.
That's it. Thank you so much, Andrew, for coming by. If people want more information, it's www.uwheartmo.org. Okay? And if there's something you would like to hear or see, I would love to hear from you. That's pepperp@missouri.edu. Have yourself a nice day.